Okay, it looks like I'm live. Restream is not showing me that I'm live, but I can see myself on Facebook. Let's check YouTube real quick. Seems like the whole internet has been breaking the last couple days. I was having some crazy issues last night with things, and then I just ended up cutting the stream because I was getting so frustrated, and pulled up Clubhouse. I was down. My girlfriend said TikTok was down. I don't know, I think a bunch of things. So yep, Restream was just slacking for a sec there. Alright, so like I said, I was hitting those frustrating issues yesterday where the compile process was taking like 10-20 seconds. Usually should be around 5 seconds or even faster. So that was starting to get really frustrating. It just seemed like it was taking so long. So I went offline. I got a bunch of stuff done from the backlog. Let me pull that up real quick. Alright, so I got the events page working. I mean, functionally, it's good enough at the moment. I made this little good enough column over here because I'll probably circle back on those things tomorrow or over the weekend to try and perfect them a little more. Topics tab, event tab, resources tab. Okay, that's all just like of the main tabs basically. Events page, yeah. I created a events page. Let me go over some other stuff first. So when I hit mobile and desktop sizing, that one was tricky because it could take a week's worth of work to try and design like a full screen dashboard. So I've been trying to go mobile first and think of how it's gonna look on the mobile devices first. So what would it look like if it was full screen? That's basically what I was trying to ask myself. And I got thinking, what would it look like if it were easy? Which is always a good question to ask yourself when sprinting. You'll see these little full screen icons right here. So I was thinking, what if we just gave the user the opportunity to choose between the really clean mobile type view or a more robust full screen type view? This is a experimental workaround, I guess, because it kind of saves me time because I don't have to do a bunch of crazy responsive work, and it also gives people the ability to choose, which could be nice sometimes. The con of this would be I think people are going to be confused what this means, so it would kind of have a learning curve. Let me show you what I mean. So I actually have this on I push this to the staging server since my project's already starting to act up as soon as I start streaming. It starts infinite reloading. Okay, so this is the staging server. You click on Instagram, it'll bring up Instagram's little component here with topics, virtual space, and resources. So I'll have to fill all of this out later. I haven't really filled in on the resources yet. I was focusing on getting this full screen thing working most of the day. So yeah, this is a way that I can do it so it uses the exact same components. So I'm not duplicating all the components, which could get messy. And I'm just pulling this one up in basically a different modal container, which is full width. And what this does Not as useful on the topics tab, but if you were to go to events, which is, I took this off the other one because it's kind of useless. Whoa, okay, I lost the height of it. Where did that get lost? Let me look into that right now before I forget. So that would be in tab 4. Huh. That's weird. Well, I had it working. So if you had it full screen, it would show the full calendar right here. I'm gonna need to make some adjustments to that, which is why I'm actually gonna move the events page, but it's the event tab mostly. That needs to be looked into. And if you go into virtual space, this will make the meta hood embed a lot wider, which I think would definitely be useful for people on desktop. You always have the ability to open it in a new tab as well, which will make it even bigger. The nice thing, I guess, would be able to switch between topics right here. Switch back to the virtual space. It doesn't reset anything. Go to resources, switch back, go to events. Yeah, that height is weird. And yeah, everything remains the same in here. So that's kind of cool functionality. I think it needs some finessing still, but I think that was an interesting solution for the full screen problem. So that's under the complete column now. Port over the future scroll bar. That was just a scroll bar I had on their demo that I was working on. So now you'll see it over here. Looks a lot better on a dark mode theme. Yeah, so that's a custom scroll bar. Another bug is if you click up here, it doesn't close out of the modal window. You gotta be like down here just a little bit. It's kind of weird. So I've also put that right here. So I'll come across that. Dedicated groups page, nav bar. We've been over all that. So all I have left to do really is dummy content, which is, the dummy content would be all the stuff that'll go in here under resources, as well as different topics that I'll make up for now. And once the dummy content's pretty filled out, then I will duplicate group modal components, which means right now I'm only using one component. So if you click on Instagram, it brings the Instagram one up. If you click on YouTube, it also brings the Instagram one up. If you click on Titans, it also brings the Instagram one up. All of them are the same, so I'll just duplicate an individual component for each of them. Definitely want to do that after you've done all the dummy content. And then we'll make sure we get that bug fixed. That's not actually like 100% necessary. I think it's still pretty usable without in most cases. Then I will go through and test it myself, make sure that it's ready for user testing, at which point I'll kind of wrap up the sprint week. So it's Thursday night right now. This is where we're currently at. Most of it's just dummy content and duplicating the components to get it fully functional. And then all this stuff needs finessing. So that's in the good enough column. I've still been having some kind of performance or speed issues while I'm streaming, so I'll probably be doing it from the PC in the future until I get that figured out. But yeah, I'm not gonna do like a long working live stream today. Today was actually one of the first times I've deviated where my work wasn't being streamed when I got down some of this stuff that I did today. And I got it done pretty quickly. It felt good. So I'm going to circle back to this tomorrow, give you guys an update. I'll probably have gone through most of the dummy content and all this. Maybe when we start finessing some things, I'll start streaming that. We'll see. But point being is this marks the end of the 1 week development sprint. Sorry, tomorrow would mark the end. Will mark the end. So we're getting close. And yeah, it seemed kind of ambitious to try and tackle it in 1 week, but obviously it's doable. And if it's doable, then I think it should be done. So we'll probably continue to do this in the future, maybe one a month. And on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow with an update on this. All right. Peace, my babies.